out and about. A short walk, even if it's a short, is good exercise, and at least gets you out in the fresh air. One of the things I appreciated about the years I spent in North Shropshire was the countryside. I come from a very large town which is now a city, but that city has an enormous park in the middle of it, so I appreciated the wildlife, even though I know absolutely nothing about it. I couldn't name you a leaf or a tree or a flower, but it's all very colourful. And you can see behind me we have a slight touch of the countryside. I have been getting some education today. Behind me is a stone, and I wondered if there's any significance to these stones. Well, in a way there's not. They're just stones. They're not significant about where they came from or what they're made of. However, they perform a function. I've now been told that they are dotted around the park to stop people parking caravans and cars where they shouldn't be doing it. And they've also been of some benefit to the vegetation, because now the vegetation grows up around them and enriches the park. And I've been told that things like this have got a name. They're called rock armour, which is a generic term for any stones or even building blocks that are there to serve a purpose of deterring people. They are armour against unwanted attention. You should spend your whole life learning. If you stop, you're foolish. Now, I hope that I have gone on learning, and to my dying day I hope to go on learning. And as I said, I wanted to know what the stones were for. Was there a significance to them? Was there history behind them, I wondered? Well, no. They are functional. And I didn't know there was such a thing as hard armour, because I know nothing about the building trade. But now I know. And should anyone ask me, now I can tell them. And it's good to be out amongst all this vegetation and sitting at this picnic table and enjoying being out. And sometimes, if you've got the ear for it, you can hear the birds and maybe the rustle of the bushes as the squirrels dart in and out. It reminds me of where I used to live in Shropshire. For someone who comes from a large place, I've spent a considerable amount of my life in market towns. I love markets too. And even today, and I'm not going to do this, but something got flagged up in my Facebook feed. There was a guide to starting your own stall in a market. I'm not going to do that. I think I'm a bit old for that, and well, I don't think it's quite my forte. But for someone who's interested in that, it could be very good indeed. This face is not going to start a market stall. But I just enjoy being here. Just look at it. Look at the purple of these flowers. I don't know what they are. Perhaps someone could tell me. I think the limit to my knowledge is daisies and buttercups, maybe daffodils and tulips. That's the limit of my knowledge. In the Scouts, they attempted to teach me about trees, and leaves, and I probably retained the knowledge for a short time, but it's gone now. And the Scout Hall was not very far from the main park in town, so we used to go down there and pick up the leaves, and we were tested. You had to identify the leaves, and at the time I thought I put a great deal of work into learning it, but unfortunately it's all been uploaded somewhere and not into this head of mine. Still, nature is beautiful, and when you've got the opportunity to be among it, you should always take it. So, I'll leave you that thought. This has been Out and About once again.